Hello，咁啊，今日繼續睇翻呢個 AWS Skill Builder 啦，到底可以有俾我哋學習到嘅。咁咁啊，今日呢個 course 亦都係免費嘅，其實咁所以大家都可以入去到試下自己睇。咁但係今日我就同大家一齊嚟睇啦。咁啊，呢個 course 咧就叫做 Introduction to AWS Solutions， 就即係話即係 AWS 提供一啲乜嘢解決嘅方案俾大家。咁呢一個 course 咧就你會見到有簡體中文嘅。咁但係咧英文嚟講咧，英文佢個 course level 咧係 fundamental 係基本嘅，即係初級算係。咁但係咧你會見到啦簡體中文嘅課程級別咧係屬於中級。咁其實係咪即係話佢 fundamental 係等於中級咁解？咁會有一啲動畫啦，會有一啲interactive content即係你需要活動教學你需要喐啲嘢。咁同埋 final assessment。咁最後有一個測驗嘅，其實睇完呢個 course 之後。咁呢個 course 嘅目的啦，就係即係點樣當嘅 AWS 嘅提供俾你嘅工具啦，就解決常見嘅客戶問題 customer problems。OK， 咁同埋就即係都會講解下 AWS 嘅解決方法嘅類型啦，同埋嗰啲工具嘅用途，然後 become familiar with at least one use case for each AWS solution。咁對於即係你起碼係即係熟習最少一個應用嘅方法。咁跟住list the top AWS solution implementation。咁AWS 即係去提供一啲解決方法嗰個 implementation 學方法。咁然後就係如果想更加多嘅話咧，就你知道去邊度再睇得更加多嘅 information 啦。咁針對嗰個target audience 你可能係 software developer 或者 cloud architecture 嘅 designer。呢個 course 都係適合你睇嘅。咁prerequisition 啦就冇嘅。咁呢度有啲 course outline 啦。咁module 1啦 introduction of 呢個 AWS solution。咁有個 overview 啦。咁同時就How builder and customer use 到底即係啲人用呢啲 AWS 嘅 solution 咧，咁然後有邊幾種佢嘅特徵咁每個 solution 嘅咁同埋一個每個 module 嘅即係簡單嘅 knowledge check。咁make sure 你係記得你睇過嘅嘢。咁第二樣咧就implementation同埋reference architecture， 你係參考唔同嘅架構啦，係嗰個 implementation 係點樣做。咁例如instance scheduler 嘅use case 跟住 reference architecture 你參考咁就 knowledge check 啦。咁然後第三個 module 就係 AWS solution 嘅 construct。咁AWS solution 嘅 construct 係咩咧？咁跟住有咩好處啦，同埋跟住然後就係 use case 同埋 knowledge， 跟住就係 professional service and partner offer。咁你有啲乜嘢service 係 offer 到俾你嘅？咁例如係呢個 consulting offer 啦，到底係包啲咩？咁有咩好處objective link 有目的use case offer ANI 航空公司一個航空公司嘅一個應用例子。咁然後就係一啲就係即係你最好就記得佢啲 bookmark， 咁用翻啲會用到嘅。咁knowledge check 啦一樣。然後第五個 module 就係 AWS solution bringing it to all together， 有啲乜嘢即係將啲 solution 就即係放埋一齊，即係點樣將佢集腋成裘咁overview of cover topics 啦additional resources 啦，有咩額外資源啦。咁第六個 module 係quiz。第七個資源就係呢啲一個 resources 嚟嘅，就係 link to bookmark。OK， 咁呢個 course suppose 我哋可以係喺45分鐘內完成嘅。中文其實一樣嘅，大 B 嘅。咁佢都係講翻同一樣嘅嘢嘅啫。咁我哋嚟睇緊啦。OK，start learning now。OK， 咁一啲course 嘅introduction 啦，咁我哋飛啦。咁呢度講introduction to AWS solution 咁係咩咧？係咪？咁佢其實就係即係透過一啲有一啲best practice同埋一啲 consulting offer pattern reference architecture standard 高 standard 黃金標準，即係佢認為係最好嘅使用方法。咁solution library offer a collection of cloud-based solution for dozens of technical and business problem vetted for you by AWS。AWS Solution consists of 4 呢個 library 就俾到你好多 cloud-based 解決方法啦，即係你點樣用到底同埋點樣啱同埋最好。咁例如係reference architecture 啦，咁呢個係collection of architecture diagram created by AWS， 就係 AWS 自己建議嘅一系列嘅架構圖。咁然後implementation 係咩咧 ？implementation 就係a collection of technical reference implementation design to solve a common problem and enable to build faster, effectively, secure and cost-efficient workload 就係一啲技術標準啦，即係俾你參考嘅，咁樣可以快速咁樣解決問題啦。同時又secure 又安全嘅，亦都係平嘅，即係平靚正嘅。咁solution construct 係a collection of surface internal pattern that can be easily assembled to create a production ready workload。construct 就係一啲collection of surface 一系列嘅 surface 咁去到 interaction patterns 即係佢之間同之間連接咁你就可以容易地將佢哋集合埋一齊，從而去到 build up 一個production ready 嘅 architecture。咁跟住就係professional services and partner offer。OK。咁好簡單係 end-to-end cloud solution deliver via consulting engagement 咁即係 AWS 嘅 competence 嘅 partner 咧，就即係可以即係同你講啦，就即係了解下 solution 咁可以俾啲 consulting 你。咁if we think about this for offering in terms of building a house whether it is a tiny house, single level range or AWS solution, a library gives you tools to help you build confidentially 咁即係無論你起屋仔單棟屋或者係大宅咁呢個 solution 都會即係都可以即係俾到你係一定係 OK。In this module, we will describe the various compatibility that AWS Solution offer and how your customer might benefit. Okay, watch the video below to learn more. 佢會即係唔同嘅solution 啦，同埋點樣去到建立令到你得到好處OK， 我哋睇中文嘅transcript 啦，因為佢上面呢度講英文㗎。
Here's a quick trivia question. Do you know what the first service offered to the public by AWS was? Well, just in case you don't, let me tell you. In November 2004, AWS launched Simple Queue Service, SQS. This was the first service AWS launched for public use. Since then, 17 years ago, AWS has grown into the world's most comprehensive and broadly adapted cloud platform, offering over 200 fully featured services from AWS global regions. But that's not all. AWS also took it a step further and wanted to offer a collection of vetted cloud-based solutions for dozens of technical and business problems, and that's what we call AWS Solutions. In this module, we'll describe the various capabilities that AWS Solutions offer and how your customers might benefit. In the following videos, we'll explore how these different AWS solutions benefit your customers and how to implement them. I'm your host, Heather, from the AWS Solutions team, and I'm excited to have a team of experts here to help discuss all aspects of AWS Solutions. See, at AWS, we are a team of builders. So to set the scene, we'll be using a series of analogies around building homes. Come with me. I'm happy to grab a hammer and build things from scratch, while others might need further help in the build process. AWS Solutions gives you various support in building your home. Here to talk to you first about the AWS Solutions library offerings is Victoria, a senior partner solutions architect. Victoria, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi there, my name is Victoria. I help software companies to build new products and services on AWS. Often, I encounter customers who are trying to solve common technical problems. They're looking for a general solution that they can use as a reference to modify it to fit their requirements.
So to add on to this, AWS provides several offerings that customers can use to run sophisticated and scalable applications to help achieve faster and better business results. Many of our customers, as well as our internal builders, lose a lot of time on repetitive tasks that do not add value. AWS Solutions has helped customers speed up build time, use fewer resources, and follow best practices. Victoria, could you tell us about a customer who you helped using AWS Solutions?
Sure. For one of my projects, I needed to design and build a call center solution that would analyze and store all interactions with call center agents. There was also a requirement on performing sentiment analysis using machine learning algorithms to calculate customer satisfaction scores, or CSAT, and determine resolution steps. As you can imagine, building a solution like this would require the integration of different services such as Amazon Connect, AWS Lambda functions, transcribe, comprehend, just to name a few.
Yeah, that does sound like a lot of work. How long do you think that would have taken you?
Oh, it would have taken me days to build it. Luckily, one of my colleagues told me about AWS Solutions related to this topic. I did a quick search in the AWS Solutions library and found a similar project. In less than 20 minutes, I was able to deploy it by following the implementation guide that provided me a solid foundation to further customize it based on requirements from my customer.
How great is that? You're able to utilize an existing solution and save time. AWS Solutions implementations is one of the 4 types of solutions available in the AWS Solutions library. In the videos that follow, experts will talk to you in more depth about these 4 areas. But before we hear from them, Victoria, can you tell us more about AWS Solutions library offerings?
Absolutely. AWS Solutions Library offers a collection of cloud-based solutions for dozens of technical and business problems, vetted for you by AWS. AWS Solutions consist of 4 asset types, the first of which is AWS Solutions Reference Architectures. This is a collection of architecture diagrams created by AWS. They provide prescriptive guidance for dozens of applications, as well as other instructions for replicating the workload into your AWS account. For example, I recently published a reference architecture on how to extend middleware capabilities to build cloud-based end-user applications. Now, any solutions architect can use it as a reference to design new workloads using Siemens hardware. Next, you will see AWS Solutions implementations. This is a collection of vetted technical reference implementations designed to solve common problems and enable to build faster, effective, secure, and cost-efficient workload. Earlier, I shared the example of the call center implementation. It falls into this category. Each AWS Solutions implementation also comes with an architecture diagram, the detailed deployment guide in AWS CloudFormation template, and downloadable source codes. Then we have AWS Solutions Constructs. It is a collection of vetted service interaction patterns that can be easily assembled to create a production-ready workload. They are an open source extension of the AWS Development Kit, also referred as a CDK. The AWS Development Kit is an open source software development framework that lets you define your cloud using AWS Solutions implementations, or any production workload can be configured from multiple constructs. And lastly, we have AWS Solutions Consulting offers. They are vetted end-to-end cloud solutions delivered via consulting engagements provided by AWS competency partners. The objective is to connect you with the partners who are experienced in both leveraging AWS Solutions implementations as well as the industry sector. They can act as an accelerator for your customer's project.
Thank you, Victoria. So to summarize, the objective of AWS Solutions is to help customers build with confidence by providing well-referenced architectures, patterns, and consulting offers. If we think about these 4 offerings in terms of building a house, whether it's a tiny house, a single-level ranch, or mansion, AWS Solutions Libraries gives you tools to help you build confidently. In the next section, we'll explain more about AWS Solutions reference architectures and AWS implementations and how they can offer you 2 options to help build your house, architecture, more easily.
OK，其實我哋睇最尾嗰個 summary 得啦。 咁啊，總之個 library 俾咗你4樣嘢啦。咁啊，入邊除咗包括咗一啲現成嘅architecture 嘅 diagram 啊，亦都有埋 source code。咁所以你攞落嚟用build 一啲architecture 咧就可以好快嘅。How many SS type are part of the AWS Solution Library 啊？咁啊好簡單，4個。OK，correct 都 tick again。How customer can use check all that apply find better technical reference implementation designed to help you solve common problem and build 呢個係嘅。OK。咁然後 access portfolio of proven solution delivered by AWS Vet partner。然後explore open source extension of AWS Cloud Development Kit CDK that provide multiple services well architecture pattern for quickly defining solution in code to create predictable and repeatable infrastructure 亦係啦。咁get infrastructure best practice and guidance for designing a complex workload 咁基本上4個都係嘅。咁呢啲好簡單嘅問題啦，係咪 knowledge check？ 咁下一個 lesson as a solution implementation and reference architecture。咁會到呢兩樣嘢啦。咁architecture give you an example OK。Give you an example of what is possible when you combine AWS service in certain pattern OK。咁然後第二樣 implementation offers the ready 呢個 offer 係一個ready to deploy solution right into your existing architecture 係已經可以攞到包括 analytics database management governance AI 甚至係 AI ML solution 啦。OK，咁聽佢再講下啦。
Would you build a house without a blueprint? Of course not. You could always borrow one of ours, one that our professional builders and architects have already vetted. AWS Solutions Reference Architectures gives you instructions and provides a collection of architecture diagrams created by AWS. Now, AWS Solutions implementations provide prescriptive guidance for dozens of applications that deploy vetted architectures directly into your AWS account. Let's go check in with John. John is a partner solutions architect, and he's going to talk to you about AWS reference architectures and AWS Solutions implementations.
Thanks, Heather. I'll start with AWS reference architectures. They are architecture diagrams, very much like a home blueprint, and are used to describe the design, topology, and deployment of applications built on AWS. Architecture diagrams are very helpful in conceptualizing the makeup of your app by visualizing the particular AWS services you're going to use. They're also useful to enhance a technical narrative when creating presentations, papers, and other material.
That seems pretty helpful. Can you give me an example of how you've used these with a customer?
I've used the computer vision for product quality analysis and plans reference architecture to help show what's possible with AWS IoT Greengrass and machine learning on AWS. It was very helpful to see how the pieces fit together. This asset allowed us to view and talk through the design and make modifications where appropriate. The customer was able to use this to reimagine their computer vision usage in their manufacturing plant. This led to increased first pass yield and earlier detection of machine malfunctions.
So essentially saving them time and money.
Absolutely.
So John, speaking of building houses, I recently had to replace my chimney. Do you know how much it cost me?
Heather, you know I'm not actually in construction, right?
Well, it didn't cost me anything. It was on the house. Hey, every shingle dollar counts.
Anyway, if you're not up for creating your own implementation steps from a blueprint, you can have one of ours. Think of AWS Solutions implementations as ready-to-assemble homes. AWS Solutions implementation offers are ready-to-deploy solutions right into your existing environments. These allow you to make customizations for your specific needs and desires. You can find solutions for specific use cases from analytics and databases to management and governance or AI/ML. Our implementations help solve common problems and build faster using the AWS platform. This can help ensure that you don't spend too much time on repetitive problem solving.
So John, what would I get specifically from an AWS Solutions implementation?
As we learned earlier, AWS Solutions implementations are one of 4 AWS solution types, easily customizable so that specific organizational needs can be met. All of AWS Solutions implementations come with an architecture diagram, a detailed deployment guide, and a CloudFormation template with downloadable source code.
That's great. I definitely have a better idea of what's in an AWS solution now. Can you give me a specific example of where one of these solutions benefited your customers?
Sure. Let me discuss an example of what brought about the need for the instance scheduler AWS Solutions implementation. I was working with a customer who was beginning the migration of their enterprise apps to EC2 instances. They were excited about using AWS, but wanted to minimize the costs associated with their non-production environments. Since their development and QA environments were only used by developers during business hours, there was an opportunity to shut the instances down without negatively impacting operations. Having the instance scheduler solution available really helped with the speed of deployment and time to impact. With a few modifications to the tags of the existing instances, the solution was operational and saving money for the customer. It also gave the customer confidence that AWS had solved this problem many times before. They were excited to spend more time on their business-specific logic and not replicate work on this common use case.
So let's say I work in a different industry, whether it's healthcare or manufacturing. Would it be worth my time to look for an AWS solution implementation, or do they just serve general use cases like the one you just referenced?
Well, today, there are over 300 implementations developed for 14 industries. In fact, when you are in the AWS Solution Implementation Library, you can filter by industry. Some include automotive, digital marketing, and energy. There are also quite a wide range of technologies that spread across these industries. You can filter by analytics, application integration, and blockchain.
Wow, okay. So AWS Solutions reference architectures and AWS Solutions implementations are two really great options for strongly and confidently building in the AWS environment. You know, John, speaking of these house building examples, did I ever tell you about the time I tried flipping houses?
No, but go ahead.
I wasn't successful. They were too heavy.
Okay then, that was something. In the next section, we're going to take a break from Heather and hear from Rob and Ryan, who will explore AWS solution constructs and how they help developers build faster.
呢度就完啦，講結尾啦。咁嚟個 recap 啦，recap 就佢其實就俾咗個例子啦，新 schedule 啦 ，AWS Solution 啦 ，implementation 啦就即係幫一啲application 轉到去EC2。咁點樣轉咧？咁喺 implementation 嘅入邊都有一啲實際嘅例子點樣做，同埋已經佢提到啦，有 source code 啦，有 transformation 啦，亦都有個 system design 嘅 diagram 啦，咁所以基本上就有晒 document 教你點做嘅。咁OK，who read AWS Solution Implementation 啊 ？OK， 邊個啊？係負責呢個審查呢個solution implementation 啦。咁呢個就係architect 啦，係咪？即係自己官方去到授權認證，咁係可以信任噶啦。咁然後 how many solution implementation are there today 啊？咁呢度已經1個以上 implementation 啦，咁所以你可以揾到現解決方法。咁 AWS solution construct 啦，係咪？咁假設啦 ，if you use our client analogy 啊 ，OK，analogy 係咩咧 ？analogy 就係一個類似即係你想跟佢嗰個模式去到起一間屋啊。You can think of working with AWS Solution Construct as building a home using a prefabricated, pre-configured pieces. You can assemble your home faster by snapping together those larger pieces, and you can either use them as is or add a few minor tweaks to get them to work for you. 咁你最常見咧就係現成嘅嘢就你直接只需要攞啲磚頭嚟砌，或者你係成部牆攞嚟砌嘅 ，OK， 起一間屋嘅話。或者你揾下你啲磚頭係用其他磚嘅，咁你就自己改咗啲磚，但係一樣可以砌到間屋嘅，跟翻個圖則。咁呢個 module 就係即係講解下一個 introduction 啦。OK，red architecture pattern available as an open source extension of the AWS Cloud Development Kit。OK，咁佢 AWS Cloud Development Kit 咧，咁佢其實係一個 open source 嘅，咁即係話就唔使錢嘅。OK。咁亦都好容易，咁就可以好快咁 create 到 production ready 嘅 workload。咁我哋嚟睇一條片啦。咁OK。
I seriously love the do-it-yourself trend. Upcycle water bottles into a niche chandelier, pretty awesome. Turn pallets into a homemade patio deck, pretty rad. Me, I am not a builder, and that's where I need help. This is where AWS Solutions constructs come in. Let's go take a look. So here to help walk us through AWS Solutions constructs is software development engineer Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Hey Rob, if you use our current analogy of building a home, you can think of working with solutions constructs as building a home using prefabricated, pre-configured pieces. You can assemble your home faster by snapping together those larger pieces, and you can either use them as is or only need minor changes to get them to where they need to be. I know I've used them in many of my own projects thus far, and I'm excited to help our viewers see the benefits of working with them as well.
Okay, you've painted a pretty good picture for me here, but let's get more into the details of AWS Solutions constructs. What are they and who are they designed for?
Sure, Rob. So AWS Solutions Constructs is an open source library that we offer, consisting of over 40 multi-service architecture patterns. These patterns extend the AWS Cloud Development Kit, or CDK, and they're modeled after commonly used pairings of AWS services. Now, I like to think of them as groupings of puzzle pieces for the CDK, pieces that you can drop into your project and use to easily assemble well-architected, production-ready workloads. They're designed for developers, solutions architects, and really anyone who builds cloud workloads for themselves or their customers using the CDK.
Now, puzzles I can handle. Ryan, can you give me an example of an AWS Solutions construct? What does it look like, and what does the process of using them look like?
Sure thing. So solutions constructs are modules that you can import from your favorite package managers directly into your CDK project. Once you have one of them imported, you can use it in your code as many times as you need. One of the 40 or so solutions constructs that we have to date is called AWS Lambda DynamoDB. When you import and declare that construct into your CDK project, you automatically get a Lambda function, a DynamoDB table, and then any other resources that are needed for the Lambda function to interact with the table. You can also connect existing resources into each pattern. So if you have many Lambda functions that need to read from a single table, you can add this pattern multiple times to your project and use the same table. Now this avoids having to wire up each function of that table manually, which really accelerates the development process.
I love the efficiency of not having to repeat manual processes. What's the difference of using these versus building workloads with the CloudFormation or with just the Cloud Development Kit constructs?
Sure. Well, solutions constructs help to remove some of the repetitive steps that come with building out your workload one resource at a time. When you build with CloudFormation or with individual CDK constructs, you inevitably spend some time configuring properties and permissions for each of your resources. Now, to put it simply, solutions constructs are groupings of AWS CDK constructs. So instead of spending time configuring each CDK construct in your project, you can drop these larger pieces in and be confident that they'll work for you. And using our example from before of adding a Lambda function and a DynamoDB table to your project, when doing that with CloudFormation or with CDK constructs, you would have to define the properties for each resource and then the connecting fabric between them. When you use solutions constructs, however, these come pre-configured with best practice defaults, meaning that you can use them confidently right out of the box or fine-tune them as needed.
So unlike IKEA furniture that is very much not out of the box. Talk to me about these best practice defaults. What's an example and can they be adjusted?
Sure. For each service that comprises one of our constructs, we offer best practice configuration right out of the box. So as an example, for any solutions construct that incorporates an S3 bucket, we'll apply configuration like access logging, server-side encryption, versioning, and other things that are good to have from security, management, and other pillars. It's important to note, though, that while we do offer these default configurations, each solutions construct is fully customizable, and it provides access to the underlying resources for fine-tuning.
Wow, that sounds like a great way to build projects faster. How can I get started building with them?
To start using solutions constructs, you'll first need to know how to use the CDK. Now, this is an important prerequisite because solutions constructs are designed to be used within CDK projects. Once you're familiar with the CDK, you can simply install, import, and initialize solutions constructs right into your CDK project. And you can do this using package managers like NPM, PyPy, and Maven, depending on which language you're using.
Okay, now there's obviously a lot of different languages out there that developers use to build their solutions. What languages work with solutions constructs?
Sure, so we support most of the same languages as the CDK. Currently, those include TypeScript, JavaScript, Python, and Java. And the reason being is we want to meet developers where they're at, without them having to learn another syntax or language to create high-quality modular architectures.
That sounds great. So I wouldn't necessarily need to learn a new language. I could just use one with which I'm familiar. So then how much does it cost to use AWS Solution Constructs?
Just like CloudFormation and the CDK, it's completely free to use solutions constructs. You only pay for the resources that get provisioned into your account as a result of synthesizing or deploying your project. So let's say, for example, you use our AWS Lambda DynamoDB construct. You would only pay for the Lambda request or the table capacity once that pattern is deployed into your account and is actually being used. It's the same as if you were to create those resources by hand through the console and start using them.
That's great. So if I'm interested in using AWS Solutions constructs to build my next solution, where should I go?
If you're new to both the CDK and AWS Solutions constructs, I would encourage having a look at the CDK first and becoming familiar with it. Now, as I mentioned before, AWS Solutions constructs are designed to be used in CDK projects, so this would really be a good starting point. Both our website as well as the CDK's website offer walkthroughs and step-by-step tutorials that you can follow along with and really start to see how to build better architectures faster. I've included links to both those sites at the end of this video.
Thanks, Ryan. You know, after speaking with you today, while I don't think I'm quite ready to build my own home, I might be ready to finally tackle that Lego Death Star project. For folks tuned in, I hope this inspired you to check out our AWS Solutions constructs and consider using
好啊，咁啊呢度講個 solution construct 啦，咁就係啲咁，其實就係啲現成可以 ready to use 嘅嘢，唔可以改嘅。你攞完出嚟用咧，亦都係可以。咁同時啦，solution construct 係完全免費嘅。咁啊，同 CloudFormation 相比啦，CloudFormation 就係CloudFormation 就係CloudFormation 同 CDK 都係相類似嘅。咁就基本嚟個knowledge check 啦 ，which of the following modeling frameworks AWS Solution Construct work with 即係呢邊一個 modeling framework construct work with 咁就係個 CDK 啦，係咪？咁跟住which programming language are supported with AWS Solution？ 咁佢頭先講到啦，有 TypeScript 啦、JavaScript 啦、Python 啦同埋 Java 四隻都 support。咁OK， 下一個咁Solution Library help our customer of all size to take strategic step to grow their cloud adoption。咁professional service 同埋 partner offer 係即係俾到啲咩我哋咧？係咪？我哋就直接埋牙睇啦，好冇？咁呢個我想再即係快啲睇咗佢啦。咁我哋直接嚟到係啦。What are some areas that AWS solution or partner offer can help in customers' cloud journey 咁service 會幫到你啲咩咧？咁然後就係AWS Solution Library has over Solution Library 到底有幾多個 consulting offer 好冇？我哋就嚟睇就講啦。
Do you know how AWS partners and professional services can help you? Let's go talk to Jim and Jazz and figure out what they're up to.
Okay, 我哋 skip 咗個頭啦。
This is pretty complex.
Yeah, I agree.
I could use some help to build this. If you're like me and you could use some help constructing your home as well, this module is just for you. I'm Jazz, a Senior Engagement Manager with AWS Professional Services, and my colleague Jim, he works with the AWS Partner Network. From AWS Partners and Professional Services, our customers have several options to implement AWS solutions. So Jim, why don't you tell us about some recent industry trends that have been the drivers for the adoption of AWS solutions?
Yeah, you bet, Jazz. Today we're seeing a rapid increase of customers migrating to an all-in cloud posture that enables them to modernize their business approach that improves their ability to anticipate needs in the market. In May of 2021, AWS conducted a survey of 10,000 European-based senior business and IT decision makers on how the COVID-19 pandemic impacted their cloud adoption for digital transformation. The results showed enterprises had to accelerate their plans by almost 2.5 years. And to start on these initiatives, they also needed help. This is why the AWS Solutions Library is here to help our customers of all sizes take strategic steps to grow their cloud adoption and to utilize our network of vetted professional services and partners to address friction points that could slow down their digital transformation plans. Jazz, you know this topic really well. Why don't you tell us about a couple of customer experiences?
Thanks, Jim. Having worked in professional services for several years, I see time and time again three main concerns raised by my customers during their cloud journey. One of the first hurdles they encounter is a clear understanding of how to move applications to the cloud. They don't really understand how they can replace what they have on premises with AWS services. Also, customers struggle to choose between migration options, lifting and shifting workloads and then refactoring them, as opposed to building a microservices architecture using cloud-native technologies from the get-go. Second, the thought of data residing in anything outside their data center gives customers cold feet. Customers really have to get used to the shared responsibility model where AWS takes care of the cloud security and the customers are responsible for the data and application security.
Yeah, I see customers invest in a suite of tools such as malware, antivirus, and firewalls to protect their data from cyber threats, to make that security in the cloud happen.
Exactly. Lastly, and probably the biggest hurdle of all, is the shortage of resources with cloud expertise. With advancement in cloud technologies, more and more organizations are placing their workloads in the cloud. However, they find it really difficult to hire the right talent with enough practical knowledge to build and operate applications in the cloud.
Wow, when you lay it out there like that, it's clear to see it's not always simple to solve those concerns. A common solution to this problem is found through customer collaboration with AWS professional services and AWS partners. A recent example occurred from a global airline corporation addressing real-time customer sentiment when accessing terminal amenities like food and entertainment. The customer decided to work with an AWS systems integration partner to deploy an analytics dashboard. And you know what? Within 3 weeks, the partner stood up a proof of value environment using the AWS Solutions real-time web analytics with Kinesis data analytics for this project. This led to the customer in moving forward with the production application rollout with the partner. This example illustrates how AWS's partner network serves as an acceleration engine for customers who work with our AWS partners to continually integrate our AWS solution implementations to drive their business outcomes. And in addition, did you know that the AWS Solutions Library has over 60 consulting offers delivered by AWS consulting partners? They provide trusted guidance to our customers by utilizing their industry and technical domain expertise.
As you've explained it, Jim, we really focus on helping our customers implement a successful cloud journey, and we really want to meet them where they are. That is why we offer them an adaptive range of implementation options. For customers who fit the emerging market profile, we offer AWS IQ experts. These are certified consultants who are experienced in deploying AWS Solutions implementation. For example, they can help a customer set up a live video streaming application in just a couple of hours.
Right, and for our medium to global size enterprise customers, we offer the AWS partners and professional services organizations to help them. These partners help customers migrate large batches of workloads utilizing the AWS Application Migration Service, as well as helping set up security and compliance automated solutions for regulated industry customers. Jas, how about you share one of your own AWS professional services customer examples?
Yeah, of course. I'd be happy to share my recent experience with a Fortune 500 company. They observed tremendous growth in their data volume, which prompted them to move their infrastructure to the cloud. Jim, let me tell you, they were pressed for time and expertise, and hence they reached out to AWS professional services for help. The two AWS solutions we used were the landing zone and cloud endure migration. Professional services laid out the entire infrastructure using CloudFormation templates, which is AWS's infrastructure as code tool to quickly create and scale production workloads. What's more was that the engagement was completed under budget in 6 weeks ahead of schedule. And not to mention, the performance of the business critical applications improved by 30%. Jim, I'll let you imagine the customer's delight.
Wow, yeah. This is the kind of customer success we see repeated throughout AWS when we work backwards from our customer. And in our discussion, we highlighted how our customers can accelerate their business using the cloud with AWS professional services and AWS partners. Andy Jassy says there's no compression algorithm for experience. And the AWS Solutions value-added services we referenced earlier embody that experience statement to help our customers determine if they can, 1, go it alone, 2, determine they have the right tool for the job, and 3, enlist the expertise from trusted AWS partners and professional services who are experienced working with customers on thousands of AWS deployments. Now let's hear from our host, Heather.
咁啊好啦，呢個重點啦就係話，即係而家啲企業通常面對嘅問題就係，企業同時佢亦都請唔到人係識做嘅 ，OK？ 咁呢個就嗰個 script 啦，60個以上嘅partner 啦，就可以提供到你。咁另外啊，就係最尾啊，佢係確定到如果你對呢樣嘢係純熟嘅話咧，或者係 flow 呢個提供俾你，你係第一可以單獨完成到嘅，然後第二啊，你係可以確定到你係用緊即係你係知道自己用緊工具去到build up 一個 cloud 嘅system。咁同時啊，第三啊，你可以即係可以信任佢哋專業。咁所以what are some areas that AWS professional service partner offer can help with a customer's cloud journey? 第一啦係 clear understanding of how to move their application to the cloud 啦，咁呢個正確啊。咁然後the share responsibility model where AWS take care of the cloud security and the customer are responsible for application server and data security。咁然後 can provide expertise in building and operating application in the cloud。咁呢個都係嘅。咁三樣嘢都可以。咁然後佢有多過60個以上嘅 consulting offer。OK。OK。咁應該就係嚟到算係Chris 前嘅，即係測驗前嘅一堂啦。咁呢度就係講嘅 solution bringing it all together 就係點樣將所有嘢集合埋一齊。OK， 咁我哋嚟睇下佢講咩咯。OK， 嗱一樣啦。睇之前咁，我哋睇下個問題係講啲咩嘅。呢個即係耶穌嚟嘅。OK， 咁大家一齊睇下咯。咁其實係分零鐘嘅短片嚟嘅啫，你都好快嘅。
All right. Today you met with 4 of our experts in the field around the different types of AWS solutions. John talked to you about reference architectures and how you can browse a library of AWS vetted architecture diagrams as a reference for your projects. Think of these as like a blueprint for building your future home. He also discussed the modular approaches to integrating AWS Solutions implementations with customers that help scale their business needs through automated deployments. Think of these like houses that are move-in ready. But of course, you can always customize to your needs. Then, Ryan talked to you about the need to provide builders with AWS constructs, building blocks that simplify the development process on AWS. He explored the ways in which AWS constructs were pre-built, well-architected, multi-service patterns to create your own solutions. He wanted you to think of these as pre-built sections of a house that you could snap together to build. The benefit of AWS constructs is that they can speed up build time and provide well-architected standards. Finally, Jim and Jas asked the pressing question, why build the house when you can have someone do it for you? They evaluated the benefits of working with AWS partner value-added services. These help customers determine 1, if they can go it alone, 2, if they have the right tool for the job, and 3, enlist the expertise from trusted AWS solution providers who are experienced working with customers on thousands of AWS deployments.
最尾係個 recap 嚟嘅啫，咁我哋嚟個測驗啦。Start quiz，OK？ 問咩咧？嗱 ，You never heard of solution or CDK before and want to know where to begin Where would be a good starting point 如果你之前冇聽過嘅話，咁應該由邊度開始咧？係咪familiarizing yourself with CDK first， 或者reading the solution construct documentation or viewing the GitHub project, viewing the collection of available solution construct。咁其實之前條短片亦都有講作低咗啲錄事啦，咁啱。佢都係建議你check 個 CDK to start first。OK， 咁下一題what type is not part of the AWS Solution Library？ 咁以下唔係邊一樣唔係個 library 咧？咁AWS Solution Customer Story 就唔係嘅。咁繼續what does a solution implementation include 咁implementation 包一定有 implementation guide 啦 ，CloudFormation script 啦 ，source code 啦，同埋 architecture 嘅 diagram 嘅，4樣都有。咁第4題啦，match the correct offering to their definition AWS Solution Implementation 係 map 去邊個咧？AWS Solution 即係呢4個，咁我哋睇下有啲咩 deployment help from AWS partner。咁講到 partner 就係呢個professional service and partner offer 啦。咁然後第二個就係 vector architecture directed into my AWS account 呢個 deploy 係應該係講緊佢會有個 CloudFormation 嘅。咁然後第三個咧就係 library of AWS vector architecture diagram as a reference for projects。咁呢個就係講緊 implementation 啦，因為佢有個 guide 同埋 diagram 俾你。咁然後 combine pre-built well architecture multi-service pattern to create your own solution。咁就係 AWS solution construct 啦。咁睇下先，呢度要少少更正啦，有 AWS 嘅 reference architecture。咁呢個係 ref 翻 map 係一個 library。本身有一堆 diagram 嘅，咁所以 implementation 咧就係 deploy vector architecture directly into my AWS account。 OK， 咁啊第4題都啱咯。What are AWS Professional Service and Partner Offer？ 咁啊 Professional Server offer 啲咩咧？An open source extension of the AWS Cloud Development Kit 咁唔係啦呢樣嘢。咁啊 a collection of better solution to common business and technical problem deliver through consulting engagement provided by AWS partner。咁呢個係嘅。咁我哋睇下其他係咪會唔會唔係咯？第3個 of better technical reference implementation design to help drive customer outcomes and build faster。唔係啦。咁另外就係咪 collection of better service interaction pattern 啊？咁亦都唔係啦。咁啊第2個啦。OK， 咁啊跟住就係Chris result 啦，8成就合格啦。咁我哋就答啱晒。咁最後就係一啲 reference 啦。OK， 如果想啲更加多啲 details 咁有 Solution Reference Architecture， 同埋 AWS Solution Implementation、AWS Solution Construct 咁另外有 Construct 嘅 GitHub 啦，咁可以去翻，因為佢係 open source 嘅 code base。咁然後 AWS Professional Services and Partner Offers， 然後亦都可以睇下 Solving with AWS Solution，OK， 咁Solving the AWS Solution is your dive 或者 deep dive into architecture built by AWS that are ready to deploy instantly in the cloud。 Come explore detailed dive 或者 deep dives into gold standard reference architecture and learn how they can help you get started quickly on it。 咁即係了解下佢嘅黃金標準啊，即係 best practice 啊。咁OK， 呢度就完啦，拜。咁我哋就未完嘅，因為我哋上完呢個 course 咧，就有 course feedback。好啦，咁即係大家了解到個 introduction 啦，咁了解到有咩幫到你啦，係咪個 AWS Solution、AWS Implementation 同埋 Reference Architecture 係大家係可以攞嚟參考嘅，又已經係一啲ready to use本身 define 好咗嘅一啲solution 俾你。咁最後真係唔想自己做或者唔識點做嘅。睇完都唔明嘅 Professional Service 就有專家去幫你解答，甚至係幫你標。咁但係我估呢樣嘢可能要收費嘅，係嘛？咁可能之後開個 video 去睇睇使唔使收費啦。咁AWS Solution 就 bring it all together， 即係個 summary 嚟嘅啫。OK， 咁今日就今日呢個 Skill Builder 就用咗差唔多5分鐘左右啦，咁亦都即係符合佢duration 45分鐘啦。咁我希望之後同大家睇嘅 Skill Builder 都係同佢個時間差唔多。咁因為之前嗰2個 video 係用多咗好多時間嘅。咁但係如果你想睇其他 language 咁自己學翻睇啦，咁樣。OK， 如果中意呢條片嘅就喺下邊留言。話我知，或者想睇我一齊睇邊一啲 skill build up 嘅，咁亦都留言話俾我知，咁我下條片再見啦。